Velocity time graph?
Yeah.
And what else you got?
So it accelerates 4 meters per second squared until it gets to 28 meters per second.
So what do?
So it takes 7 seconds to accelerate to 28 meters per second.
All right, but a pause there. Does everybody know how she did that? Perfect. Perfect. All right, now what do?
And then it travels at a constant speed for 15 seconds. So it goes until 22 seconds.
Love it.
Then the car slows down at -2 meters per second squared. So it decelerates negative acceleration until 36 seconds.
And how'd you get 36?
I think it took.
Well, 28 meters per second, we're slowing at 2 per second.
It takes 14 seconds.
Right. So if it goes down 2 each time, how many seconds does it take for 28 to become 0? The answer is 14. Deal. All right.
And then we find the area.
So I want to find out what's the distance between us. Find the area. How do you find the area?
So for the first part, I did 7 times 28 divided by 2, which is 98.
98. Yep. 28 times 15. 283, 420. Plus
14 times 28.
14, 1/2, 14 times 28. I'm going to have to trust you on this one because, oh, that'd be 14 times 14, which is 196. And then that becomes 518 plus 196. So that would become 200, 714. Is that right? No. Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Mr. Rezzi?
Yes.
Sorry I'm late. What version are we on?
We are on the back of 1-9.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Miss Noble.
Is it 15 seconds? I can't read what you wrote there.
I wrote 7 here and 22 here, so that was 15 seconds.
So where did the 15 seconds come from?
Well, because it says it coasts for 15 seconds during this time.
Oh, I get it. It's the area of the constant velocity.
Right. So it was be this base here. If it's 7 to 22, this is the other side, 28. So this is 28, and that's 15.
All right, I get it.
Other questions? Thank you, Miss Winter. Noble.
Yep.
All right. Gregorian Special Speedboat is in a race with Max Supreme. The Gregorian Special has an acceleration of 21 meters per second squared and a max speed of 42 meters per second. The Max Supreme has an acceleration of 8.0 meters per second squared and a max speed of 64 meters per second. What distance should the Max Supreme win at?
Okay. So I did a velocity time graph.
Did you do 1 or 2?
I did 1.
Okay. Okay.
And then, so I started with the Gregorian one.
Okay.
And I started the first point like 0, 0, and then going up by 21 meters for every second.
Okay.
So I got at 2 seconds. The max would be 42 meters per second.
Got it.
And then it just goes straight after that.
Beautiful.
Yep. And then for the Max Supreme, I did 0, 0 as the first point, and then going up by 8 meters a second for every second. And so it would reach its max at 7 seconds.
7 seconds?
I mean, sorry, 8 seconds.
Hold on, let me read, make sure I'm not, oh yeah, good.
Yeah.
8 seconds, 64.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. And yeah. And
So does the Max Supreme want a short race or a long race?
sorry, say that again?
Does the Max Supreme want a short race or a long race?
A long race.
Why?
Because like it takes longer to accelerate, but once it hits its max speed, then it goes faster than the Gregorian, so it would eventually catch up.
Smile on my face. You can't see it. I'm sorry. Good job. All right. So how are we going to figure out where they want, how long want the race to be at minimum?
I kind of just chose random, like.
I'm with you.
Like,
That's one of the approaches I'm teaching.
yeah.
So time, I've got Gregorian and the Max Supreme. All right. So where's the first place you want to check?
Check 8 first.
8 seconds. I like that. Okay, 8 seconds. Gregorian's a little tricky because you got this triangle and you got this rectangle, right? So this is going to be 6 times, and then write down the highest spot, 42.
Yeah.
And then I got 1/2, 2 times 42. So that's 42 times 7. Which is 294 meters.
Yep.
And let's check Max Supreme. Max Supreme should be really easy. It's 1/2, 8 times 64. And that's 256 according to me.
Yeah.
So that race is still too short. What's the next place we should guess?
I guess next,
11?
11. Yeah.
All right. I put 11 in here. Now, all I'm adding is these 2 chunks, right? Down here. So I should be doing like, you know what? I could just add 42 and just go each second, couldn't I?
Yeah.
So I could go 42. So 9 would be 42 onto this, which would be, well, I just said that's easy, didn't I? 42, 36. So what? 336. And then this would be 64 added on, so this would be 0, carry the 1, 220. 320, sorry, 320. Thank you. And then 10 would be adding on another 42 here. That would be 378 meters. And then this would be 64, so 384 meters. Aha! It went past it there, didn't it?
Yeah, it did.
So somewhere between 9 and 10 is where our race is really close.
Yeah.
So where are we going to find, how can we find the line, at least 2 digits?
Sorry, say that again?
How are we going to find where one suddenly passes the other?
You just do random points again until you get.
Random points again? All right. Let's do, let's see here. Is it closer to the final or the official? These are 14 off. These are 6 off. And these are 16 off, so it's closer to the end than the beginning, right? So let's say 9.7. Okay. So 9.7. So then 0.7 times 42, so I have to do a little math. Is that okay with everybody? You guys are doing this way too well. I'm a little bit nervous. 0.7 times 42 plus 336. I get 365.4. Is that right?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. And then 0.7 times 64 plus the 320 I had gets me to 364.8. So that's a little too short.
Yeah.
So I go 9.8 and hope for the best. So 0.8 times 42, 33.6 plus the 336 would have been 369.6. 0.8 times 64 gives me 371.2 meters, right? So it's somewhere between those two, right?
Yes.
So the minimum race distance you're going to want, if you're in the Max Supreme, what would you say at this point?
9.8. like slightly below 9.8.
9.8 seconds. So, but what's the distance you're looking at?
Oh, 371.2
Would be very safe, wouldn't it? 371.2. You could probably say 370 because this thing hasn't even reached 370 at that point. Is it 370 meters? I don't want it to be 365. I know that's bad news. So somewhere between those two. You may get an exact answer because there is ways to do that. Checking once, checking twice.
Wait, so what would be in between?
Well, you don't want 365. You know that's bad, right? You know 370, you win. So if you said 370 or longer, you have a correct answer, right? It's pretty close to the best possible. But my question was, couldn't you do a little better? My guess is yeah, because if you look through this stretch, we're gaining by 22 meters per second, agreed?
Yeah.
Because we're 64 and the other one's going 42. So we're 22 meters per second. And we know at this moment here, we're 62 meters apart. Right? I heard a yeah to the first one, but not a second one. No, Ms. Noble?
Yes.
Does that make sense? But I'm not rejecting your answer. I think 370 is close enough for 2 units. We're pretty good. But we can make the argument 22 to 62, right? We could make the argument that I could just do 22. I'm getting 22 times per 62 meters. How much time does it take to catch up? Right? Every second I'm getting 22 meters closer, right? We started 62 meters apart at 8 seconds, so therefore I could just do 62 divided by 22 and get a whopping 2.81 seconds, which is way too high. Wait, what? Whoa! I just freaked myself out. Because that would be 10.81 seconds.
Where'd you get the 62 from again?
Well, between these two, what's the gap between the two? Oh, that's the problem right there. Thank you. I was about to have a complete heart attack and I was about to fall forward. You have to call 911. 38 is actually what it is, right? It's the gap between these two, right? So at 8 seconds, the Gregorian special is only 38 meters in front of the other boat, correct? So if I gain 22 each time, then 38 divided by 22 gives me the time of 1.72, which would have been really hard to estimate. But then once I have that time, I could get exactly how far that race needs to be. Yeah, not ready for that. Are we okay? You kind of see that, Noble? Yeah. All right. Now, that leads to the ones that are really nasty. Oh, no, really nasty? No. 3, and I've got, Reaver said he's going to do 3 for me. I'm going to move to 3 before I move to 6 even.